tech lead and working with uh, software development for a bank. And that's it. I like to practice sports. I love practicing sports and riding a bike.
No, I believe you muted yourself.
No, that's it. I
Oh,
finished.
perfectly. I mistook you. And you, Bel, nice to have you here, Flavio, as always. Who are you?
Thanks.
So guys, I'm Alberlene, but my nickname is Val. I'm from Fortaleza, Ceará. Nowadays I live in Salvador, Bahia. I'm military. I work like a air traffic controller, and I'm here in TNT since last year. I have two dogs. I live with my sister, and I like to spend time with my dogs, have conversation, ride on the bike. That's it.
It's really important, ride on the bike. I like it a lot as well. And when I go to university, it's always in the bike. I don't know, it's a better way to move, I guess. And you, Jefferson, who are you?
Thanks for having me again. I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I love to play soccer. I love to read a lot, to watch good series and good programs. I love to walk and make friends. I have 3 dogs, 2 birds, and a lot of friends here by TNT.
No, really nice to have you here one more time. I didn't know you had birds, maybe a dog, but birds, I didn't know you have these ones. And guys, and Fabio and Jennifer, you are most welcome to say anything you want. As always, you're free to speak here. There's a freedom, there is a freedom and free space. You already know that. And guys, my name is Luan. I think you already know me. And yes, not yesterday, but today, I don't know. I'm glad to have you guys here. I'm from Pará, and I love my state. And recently, I tasted some Pará açaís. It's really good. Here in Ribeirão Preto, but it's not the same thing. And I've been living here since last year. I've been here on TNT since 2020, but sometimes something's happened. And since September, I've been a host here. And every Saturday for me is a wonderful day because I have you guys here. So it's really important, and not important, but it's really happy for me. And we have another talker here, Hamadan. It's thinking, and I think it's right. Hamadan, hello. Are you there? You're muted. Let me ask you to mute. You're still muted. You have to click on the button. Yeah. You're still muted for some reason. I don't know why. Let me test your phone here.
Hello.
Yeah, perfectly. Hello.
How are you doing?
I ask you, how are you doing? Hello. I think it's your first time here with us.
Yeah.
Who are you? Can you present yourself for us?
All right. My name is Ramadan. I'm living in Resende, Rio de Janeiro. I'm a postgraduate in cybersecurity, and I'm a work at sergeant in Brazilian Army.
Man, we have 2 military guys here.
Yeah.
It's my first time. I already guested police people from police. I don't know, but military is the first time we have 2 guys here. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's the first time here on Talk and Talk, or you already know the platform?
Yes, it's my experiment Let's try.
This is the first time.
First
at all.
class, yeah.
Man,
Right.
now we no, how I can say it. Now I'm obligated to explain you how it works, and so short version. It's not a classroom. We are not gonna correct you at all, so you can say anything you want. It is not a class. It's just a conversation. We always share experiences here, stories. We ask questions and for each other, and we have to listening, practicing, speaking, open or your camera or not, and just make yourself comfortable. And I don't know, you're gonna do, and you're gonna make it. Let me copy the questions again, like you come a little bit after all of us, and how it works. So our next, not next question, but our first question is introduce yourself and choose a leader. So we already did it. And the question number 3, for example, is what are some of the greatest technology achievements? Our topic of the day is technology. So how technology changes our society and something else. So for example, Belle, help me here. What are some of greatness technological achievements in your opinion?
All right. My English, it's
That's okay.
a little bit.
I'm always wants to ask someone and passing for another, and you have to do is waiting your time and answer. Oh, you muted yourself.
All right.
That's okay.
I don't understand the achievements.
Achievements is feitos. So, for example, quais são alguns dos grandes feitos tecnológicos da história, na tua opinião, por exemplo?
Right.
You don't have to answer at first. For example, I asked Bell, and after Bell, we can ask Flavio or Jefferson and you, and you're gonna see how it works. So, Bell, can you answer this one for us?
Yeah, so I think maybe the best technological, it's we use the internet, yeah, because that it changed our conception about time, and there are a lot of information. And yeah, I think the internet, because that can provide a lot of service or fast communication, and I think is that the internet, it's the best one.
I knew this answer would come. And you, Flavio, in your opinion, what are some greatest technological achievements?
Of course, that the internet is the revolution our life, because it's more accessible to us. And before the internet, we had telephone with I don't know how to say, telephone wired telephone. It's expensive, and when we have to telephone for our parents or our friends, it's expensive, and buy a telephone line, it's expensive too. And the internet, we have information, it's cheaper. And I think it's is the revolution of our life, because before we had others others inventions, or I don't know what, it's not accessible to for all. Yeah, I think one thing is good for all. That's it.
A nice answer. And you, Jefferson, to you, what are some greatest technological achievements?
I would change just a little bit. I think is human genome. Yeah, because we can now have we can map it and have the sequence of the entire human genome. It's very important for example, the medicine for COVID-19, something monumental, something that paved the way to save lots of life in our life. For me, this is the most important. And the other, I think, is smartphone technology, something amazing because you can even talk, you can communicate it, you can access to information, you can message, you can internet browsing and apps, and so a lot of gadgets that can use for your daily activity. So this is for me, it's something very amazing. And just to finish the other, I think the renewable energy technology, like solar plants, and now the EV vehicle. For me, it's something very interesting. This is the kind of technology that can reduce our depend of fossil fuels and can mitigate the climate change that is very important, especially for big cities like São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and New York.
Man, my answer is really different than all of you. My answer is antibiotics, because when Fleming discovered antibiotics, people died when they were a child, when they, I don't know, 20 years. And without know anything, Fleming discovered antibiotics and started to treating people, and people lives and lives when they suffer an infection. For example, the bacteria is my favorite technology achievements in your opinion. And you, Hamadan, to you, what are some greatest technological achievements that you can share?
In my opinion, I think that discovery penicillin about the 5,000 ago by Egyptians. They used the penicillin. It's more important antibiotics in nowadays. And I think the transistor too.
Transistor, the equipment.
Yeah, transistor.
Ah.
Yeah, component electric. Electric component.
That's amazing that we have all different answers here. And our next one, this is the way, this is how it works. It's always making the questions for each other. And our next one, for example, here is, how do we make sure that technology serve us and not the other way around? So, como podemos ter certeza que a tecnologia nos serve e não o contrário? I asked you because we have a bunch of artificial intelligences here. Maybe it's so smarter than us. And the question is, technology really serve us, or we are just delusional or something? Flavio, how do you know about it? What do you think?
I think that the technology could serve us, and because the things are more easy nowadays, and we can search search in internet, and one button we can find many things. And before the internet, we we have to finding books. It's I remember when we has, oh no, we sorry, we are in the libraries, and if you want to search for our subject, we spend many times just to find a book, and in many cases we don't we can't find a book with the subject. But I studied about marketing digital, and exists some techniques in marketing digital to involve uh, the person to buy something, and in social media social, we have these techniques too, and we have to worry about it, because uh, I kept me uh, spend about 1 hour and doing nothing in social media, and social media leave me to another place, and I only walk, I only navigate, and after 1 hour, what I am doing here? What? And I we have to take care about these things.
Man, you remember something, because I have been to library one more time, just one more time, in a public library. And today, I don't know, we have internet, download our books, and we don't have to do that. But I don't know, physical libraries, too much fun to me. Silence to read. Perfect.
Some things is easier with videos. For example, a recipe. We can make a food, and before the internet, we have to read books. I think that if we watch a video, it's easier to do a food that we read a receipt.
So much better now that we have the video, how to, I don't know, how to make rice, because it was difficult to me. And you, Jefferson, what do you say? How to make sure that technology serves us another way around?
Another way around? Yeah, it's very complicated, because you must think about ethical designs when we work with technology. About privacy, about safety, about copy and paste all the time, as like ChatGPT, Notion, so on, or Bing, like Bing. You must take care about all of these platforms. And what else? And you must think about the human-centered approach to the use of human to develop technology. Like, for example, you can use a lot of products to produce soybean or corn, something like this. This is very, you need to worry about this, because you have implementation. You don't know what are going to happen in the future with the use of all these products. So something that you can imagine what can happen in the future about the body, the well-being, the health, something like this. And what else? And as a professor, like education and digital literacy, I think it's very important. You worry about digital literacy and education. The way you navigate it, and the way you make informed decisions about a lot of things. So sometimes I need to take care about this, because you can conduct, in my case, the students for different kind of words. As I said, only copy and paste, and not not to develop the intelligence, the way you think about the things, how to solve. Today it's better you put a problem to ChatGPT to solve, then you think about the problem. I'm very worried about this.
That some students at USP have been using ChatGPT to answer the questions. Is about researchers really worry about the future, because they don't know anything. They just, oh, ChatGPT, what is it? What is a part of my research? And the chat answers. So they are not learning anything, really anything. Is really complicated to me. And Belle, how do you say about it?
Yeah, I have, it's not the same conception about like Jefferson, but I believe we can make sure or guarantee that if you have control about the use of the technology. Yeah, technology, like Jefferson said, maybe the ChatGPT or the another technological information just need to be used in the smart way, like just the learning process, not like receive that answer and use and ignore the logical things, yeah, in your mind. I believe it's that because I say that because at my work we use a different technological things like a different device, and sometimes we're not able to think about some problem. We just use the technological things to resolve or solve that problem. Yeah. So I believe you need to have control about yourself and just use like a tools or device. It's not like a necessity to use the technology. Yeah. But nowadays it's hard because all the kids, all the people have a smartphone, have an internet, the most part of the people, yeah. And it's like a common way to use, yeah. I remember my grandmother, for example, have the number of your son
in the mind.
in your mind, yeah. Remember all the numbers, but nowadays we have a agent, I don't know the name, yeah. We have information in the smartphone, and it's not necessary remember all the number they are another person's, yeah. So it's something like that. I think it's something like a self-control.
I believe I just know on my father's and mother's phone in my heart, because everyone else, I don't know. I really don't know. I just know the DDG, is 91, it's from Pará, and after the 9, but after that is impossible nowadays, and how it's wonderful. And it follows me at my next question to you guys, because why should care about technological schools? And I remember when I was a teenager, my mother didn't allow me to leave my cell phone to the school, and the school is a place to study, so leave your phone here. And what if I have to call you? What if, I don't know? And she has always been used to be mad at me because of it, and I want to hear from you, why should care about technology in schools, in your child, I don't know, in the kids or teenagers, or even in universities, for example. So Jefferson, why should care about technological schools, or why should or why shouldn't?
Just to make a correction, a point of view, we use it a lot, artificial intelligence. Yeah, we use a lot. I permit the students use smartphone all the time, with me in my class. It's very common. But you need to take care about this. As I said, you need to take care, because if you only copy and paste, I think this is not good. As I said, it's a ethical problem, and you can develop a lot of knowledge. I think the school, you must it's a way you prepare to solve problems. And the best way to solve problems, you must to have connections with a lot of literature, what about textbooks and so on. So you have so many tools, as Bell said, it's very important. And I think all these artificial intelligence and other tools is the best way to put them to work for you, and not you work for them. That's the difference. That's the difference. And what else? Yeah. Ask this question now. I should take care. Yeah, this is why you need to take care, because you need to have preparation for digital words, as you said about your mother, your grandmother, about this. We live in a digital age. You must have proficiency with technology. This is fundamental for your skills, for your success, something like this. You need to work with this. And about collaboration and communication, I think it's very important today, like here in this platform. You can communicate it well. I'm here, Bel in Recife, you in Paraupebas, maybe, and Flavio in another place. I don't know why, I don't remember. But this is very interesting, because it's a form you facilitate the collaboration and communication among us. And yeah, we use a lot as a professor in classroom, different parts of the world. So you can change it ideas, you can learn, you can improve a lot of knowledge with this, with a lot of technologies.
And I think it's a perfect answer. Especially, I don't know, in the university, because in the classroom, we always use the phones. We have to be honest. And professor is explaining something, but we are using, and I guess it could be good if you answer something about class, but if you're just wandering social media, it could be harm. And then you develop skills in the class, for example. And Flavio, what do you think? Why should care about technology in schools or universities? I don't know.
I think that the technologies in schools are good for all, for professors, teachers, and for the students. But I think that the teachers should have techniques to encourage students to think. Because, for example, Jefferson, what do you listen? What do you teach?
Your audio was good.
What Jefferson teach? Ensina, o que o Jefferson?
Yeah, economics.
No, for example,
Undergraduate and post-graduation course. Yeah.
okay.
Economics. Yeah. Economia.
For example, Jefferson, I think that Jefferson can put a subject on the table, and choice in the class, choice 3 or 4 students to talk about one subject. For example, for economics, and after that, internet, how internet and ask to the students study one subject, and saying and saying to them that the next class, I will choose 4 students to talk about the subject, and we will evaluate these students and we'll think about it, what is the pros, the cons, and the people, the person will study it in internet. It's more it's easier. It's to find the 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 subjects, the content, and talk about this in the class. I don't know if Jefferson agree with this, but I am not.
I do this all the time with my students, with smartphone and computer, laptop, all the time.
Because I am not professor, and I don't know if it work. It's only I tip.
I use it. I used to use it in my classrooms. Professor, I don't know something. Professor, I don't know either. Let's research it in the middle of the class to, I don't know, to not grow up, but learn something together. So it's a pleasure. And New Bell, why should you care about technology in schools, or why shouldn't?
Yeah, I believe, like I said before, I believe it's something like a self-control. Yeah, because, for example, if I use my smartphone during the class, it's most, there are a lot of notification at my phone and a lot of information. And for me, I will pay attention just in that things in my smartphone. And it's not the purpose of the class. Yeah, I need to have a connection with the teacher, with the professor. So I believe that can be or disturbed, sorry, can be disturbed the process of learning. Yeah, because I believe the class, it's the space to think or use the logical things, yeah, about the subject. So and you need to have connection with your professor or with another student. So the smartphone will bring you or give you a lot of information. Yeah, and it's not the purpose of the class. So because of that, I believe it's not so good, yeah, for us.
And I think it was three good answers, three good, because I don't know, guys. I'm totally against using cell phones for kids, for example. Kids, I don't know, it's maybe until 10 or 11 years old, but after that, I believe it's impossible. I don't know, kids grows up and they must contact us. For example, if my brother doesn't answer his phone, I'm so worried about him. So he's a teenager. So for example, I agree. It's about he charges or carries his phone with him, and after that in your public schools, and after that in university, there's a new age, like Jefferson says, I guess. And now our next one is really important question, because sometimes we forget it. What are disadvantage or advantage of technology? We have plenty of advantage in our new world, but how about disadvantage? Are there any, or is there just one or three or five, whatever? So Flavio, in your opinions, what are disadvantage and advantage of technology?
I think that is facility to get facility to its advantage and advantages and advantages, because
Yes.
for example, one people teenager, one teen is innocent, is innocent, and the person can communicate with someone that it's not the person that he is saying it to be, and it's a danger. It's a danger, and because we, for example, we can talk for someone that we don't know, and give some informations, personal informations, and I think that we are adults, and I think we have more responsibility about it. But I think teenagers or childs are innocent and can be corrupted, can be I don't know,
It's okay.
can be mistaken,
Yeah,
enganado,
about technology.
mistaken.
Yeah, nice answer. And you, Bell, what are disadvantages or advantages of technology that you can think?
Yeah, I totally agree. Like what Flavio said about to be expose yourself. A lot of people, yeah, expose your information. A lot of people. So yeah, maybe that's a disadvantage. Yeah, you are more. It's more able to have a problem like in the bank or with your money or your informations sometimes. But I believe there are a lot of advantages, like Jefferson said before. Like now, we are training English. We are have a conversation, and yeah, and we have a good moment. And maybe in the past, that moment just will happen with having the same space. So I needed to move for another place. I'm at home. So I believe that there are a lot of advantages because the time conception change when you can use the technology. Yeah. The things are very quickly happen in the quickly way. So, and we have all the information or all the facilities, all the benefits in your smartphone, for example, or in the computer. So yeah, sometimes I just use the smartphone to have to buy something or to pay my bills or have a conversation, study, have a contact with my family. So there are a lot of activities good for me, but we need to take care about some problems. Yeah.
Yeah, what was your last time and that you pay a bill in the lottery? I don't know, years ago, or you waiting 4 hours in the line of the bank just to pay your bills and the check. Never done. Today is a Pix in I don't know how to say boletos in English. Perhaps it's bill a lot, but I think it's the best way to technology to me. And you, Jefferson, what are the
Yeah, it's
disadvantages?
invoice, boleto in English,
Invoice.
invoice,
Thanks for that. Invoice.
Yeah, yeah. I believe we have more advantage than disadvantage. If you think about technology, can work a lot for us, like automate tasks, streamline process, and a lot of sectors and things that you can put the technology to work for you, so you can increase your productivity a lot and can reduce time consumptions. In my case, when I work with business intelligence, advanced Excel and Python, something like this, it's amazing. You can, the other, I think, advantage, you can access, as you said, about a lot of information. You have the information of the whole world, so you can process this advantage, this transformed in something very good for you, sometime to you improve your knowledge or make money or monetize it, something like this, make money. Yeah? So as Bell said too, I think you can improve your communication here. It's a big opportunity to transform our communications, to be better, to have confidence. And so this is so good. And the other, I'm thinking about mobility. I think it's very important too, about mobility, the advance of mobility in when you drive your car in streets, for example, you have access a lot of information, you stay connected about all of them. And disadvantage, that's the big problem. As Bell said, I think privacy and security concerns, especially these old guys today, the old guys, we see all of this. It's robbing money, about data breaches and a lot of things. I think this is not so good. You have identity theft and so on. And just to finish about job displacement, I think it's very important to think about this. Because you have automation and technology advanced, and if you have not the skills to do this, you must be unemployed. So you need to work to acquire new skills. And you think about, if you have no education or not skill, how can you work? This is a big problem. Yeah, I think that's it. And just to finish, just to add only one thing. I'm thinking now about social isolation. I was lunching now, and I think about this: 4 guys lunching, and all of them only with the cell phone. It's a very good moment for the family to talk about something, but only to eating the lunch.
Using.
Yeah, eating using. So I think you have social isolation, and this is, I'm very worried about this. I think it's not good for your lead to social, to emotional, or your mental health.
That, I believe, is the worst problem in our society today. Even your lunch, you have to use it. And I do that as well. It's terrible to me. But I was about to ask, not about to ask, but wondering. It's about the elders in technology. For example, my grandfather, he doesn't know how to use IPTV or watching games and streaming, so he has difficulty to connect. And thanks God, and he has our cousins next to him to help them, and this is a huge advantage in our society today. Even for him, for example, he loves football. He loves São Paulo, to watch São Paulo's game, so is kind of worry about it. But I believe it's in the privates, like you say, privates and schools and lonely. Maybe technology make us lonely. And you have social media, you can connect and talk to in the internet, but in real life, you don't really talk with anyone or any, I don't know, in the streets. And it's really worried to worry in the future. But on the other hand, I would like to answer you, not answer, but hear for you, what kinds of technology you're most excited about in the future. For example, to me, it's the game reality simulation in the games. I don't know with you guys. So Belle, what kind of technology are you most excited about?
Yeah, maybe it's something like you, like a metaverse. Yeah, but I'm really excited about ChatGPT or artificial intelligence, because it's crazy. By the way, I love the one movie in the Netflix stream. It's a Black Mirror, because involve a lot of things about technology and society. But yeah, I want to know about the future, like metaverse or virtual life, something like that. It's appear very interesting, but I'm really scared about that too.
I would say exactly the same. When you watch Black Mirror, you're really scared about technology. And you, Jefferson, what kind of technology you're most excited about in the future?
Yeah, I agree with you and Bell. I think it's virtual reality. It's metaverse. I use this now in Canada. It's very interesting. You can put the VR here and you can use the computer, you can model, you can simulate a lot of situations. For example, from Canada, I simulated situation walking by the streets in Rio de Janeiro and
Really?
talk with guys, even talk with guys in Portuguese and English. It's possible to do this. Can you imagine walking by virtual? Virtual reality. It's something very interesting, very interesting. And the other that I did is to see. You can see a car. You can drive a car. You can drive a car, and you can buy clothes. You can buy clothes by virtual reality. You can buy clothes too. You can put on the clothes in your body and say, yes, this is so good for me. I will buy this one. I passed by this experience, something very, I think this is, as soon as possible, we will see this in the whole world, and will change a lot. The way you talk, the way you learn languages, the way you buy, and so on.
Nice and kind of scary because I don't know. This is a real life in another way.
Yeah.
Nice to hear, but I don't know. They're playing it. I don't know. For me, it's might be scary. I don't know, creepy. And you, Flavio, do you have any kind of technology that you're excited about it?
I'm excited about the hologram.
Hologram?
I was searching about it if it already exists. I think that it already exists, but I can't search in the time proves about it, and but I think that the hologram it's very cool if we have in our house. For example, we now we are in front in the computer and sitting in the chair, but we can I can see all in my house in front of me, and I don't need a computer to see the people. I think it's cool, but I think it's much difficult because you put the images in the air. I can put images in the wall in the projector. It's easy, but you can put images in the air if nothing behind to show the images. I think it's much difficult, but I think it's will be cool. Someone know if the hologram already exists?
No, I just think it's science fiction, like Star Wars, in holograms in your hand, but I didn't know that really didn't know the technology. It's already exists, but it's a, I don't know, it's a prototype of technology. It's better than nothing, I guess. And guys, that's the thing. I believe we don't have time to our next sensor, but it's a pity we cannot complete our questions today. But whatever, like you always do, you can practice the rest of the questions in your home, in your mirror, and if you're, I don't know, boyfriend, girlfriend, father, mother, son, kids. And as always, I have to deliver you our survey of today. Now you already know how it works. You can criticize, make your suggestions, like Bell said, for example, to choose the flight, the last topic. And guys, it was a pleasure as always a pleasure to have you guys here, Jefferson, Bell, Flavio, Fabio, Jennifer, Flavio, Fabio. You already know you're free to speak whatever you want in English, Portuguese, in Spanish, what you want. And I think that is, guys. So thank you for all of you. I hope you guys come back. And our next Saturday, our next 7 p.m. And I think that's all, guys. Thanks, Jefferson, Flavio, Bell, Fabio, and Jennifer. And I think that is. See you around.